Hello and welcome to the Malt Miller YouTube channel. Today we're not making beer, instead we're in my garden, in my outdoor kitchen, cooking.
Reiki, what you've created here is absolutely amazing. I know that it's taken a lot of hard work, a lot of saving up to get the bits and pieces and equipment, but the result is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and it's taken a bit of time, and I'm constantly looking to try and improve. But that's just like homebrewing. It's one thing we've all got in common at Malt Miller is like we love homebrewing, but we love cooking, especially outdoor cooking.
All of us absolutely love being outside, getting some on the barbecue or the grill or the pizza oven and just enjoying the two hobbies side by side. They're like bedfellows. Almost always, if you like putting a brew together, you're gonna like some form of outdoor cooking. They just go hand in hand.
It's that kind of creative thing, that making thing, trying to understand, how things are done and how you can do it better.
Yeah, and making from scratch as well. Just like the beer making process, but to make food from the rawest ingredients possible, following process. Fermentation comes into it hugely as well, obviously.
Yeah. We've always had an interest in this. I was kind of inspired a bit by when you had your pizza oven and your outdoor kitchen area.
Yeah, and what happened?
You had to move house.
I built it all, and not that long after that, yeah, I had to move house. So, yeah, left that behind. But that was absolutely fantastic. Big brick-built pizza oven. Actually, we used it more as a wood oven than we did for pizzas, but yeah, what a space. That was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and Stiffo's got the same passion. He's got his Gosney, he's got his Weber.
Yeah.
And Jo, she's always talking about like when you're going away in the van and you're cooking outside. So it's something we've all got in common. And that Monday morning conversation,
yeah.
What did you cook?
Yeah, not just about what we cooked the weekend before, but what we're going to start preparing in that week to cook the weekend after. Because processes have to be put in place.
Yeah, and what produce are you going to buy from where? Is it going to be an order from Sausage, an order from John Davidson? Yeah. It's all planned out for the whole week, and it's all we pretty much talk about. But we've also learned this year, when we've gone out and brewed with customers, like Lance and Mark from the Oyster Boys, there's a passion there.
Yep.
Lance is well into his pizza and his barbecue. Mark with his smoker doing the brisket that we had. Oh.
Yeah, I know, that looked absolutely delicious, and I'm still gutted that actually I wasn't there. But moving on, the two hobbies, it's really good to be able to get a brew on, and at the same time, you're preparing something. You've got something in the smoker, or you're preparing burgers or ribs or whatever to go on the smoker or barbecue. It really is a joyous and harmonious pair of hobbies. Anyway, that's enough about our hobbies. What we're here to talk about today is specifically pizza.
Yeah.
You've got a Gosney dome there. That thing's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Like you said, I don't just cook pizza, I cook other things in it as well.
Yeah, but it's not so portable, is it? Here, we've got the HIZO 14-inch gas pizza oven. Now, I've got very, very little experience of making pizza on a gas oven. Like I said, I had a wood-fired oven. That was absolutely fantastic. It certainly wasn't portable.
Well, the dome I've got, you can do gas and wood, so you can get a bit of both. I kind of like using both. The gas, perfect for a weeknight cook, or, oh damn, I want pizza, and you can go and buy shop-bought dough, and you can just make pizza that night.
Okay, but specifically today, we are going to be testing the HIZO, the 14-inch gas-fired pizza oven. I can't wait to see how that performs.
I'm really excited to see just how easy it is to make a good quality pizza at home.
So actually, Martin, I've actually had a stab at using this already. I've practiced with this at home. I know James has had a go with it at home. You haven't, and I'm actually really interested to see how you get on with it, because actually we are stocking this product.
I cannot wait. Look, Rob, I'm really hungry and desperate to start making some pizzas. But before I'd start on it, can you just run me through some of the features and tell me what your experiences are using it?
Okay, so main thing is it's got removable stone.
Okay.
And the stone, it's funny because actually the product description says that it's a 10mm stone. It's not a 10mm stone, I've measured it. It's a 14mm stone. And actually, that makes a really big difference, because although it will take slightly longer to heat up, the heat retention of that 14mm stone is far better. So between pizzas, you don't get so much of a temperature drop.
Yeah.
And that's actually really important.
And it's going to also help get that lovely crispy undercarriage. You want to cook the pizza from underneath almost.
Absolutely. So we've also got an adjustable temperature gauge. That's also got an automatic igniter as well. So you don't have to worry about using matches or anything like that.
Okay.
The legs are foldable, and this is an important thing because part of the really good thing about this pizza oven is the fact that it's portable. You can take it out camping, you can take it to the beach, you can take it to your mate's house. It's really easy. Plus, we've got waterproof storage carry bags for it as well. So lugging it about is not a problem. So it's of metal construction,
Yeah.
and it's powder coated, and it's in 2 different colours. So we've got the orange beast here,
Yeah.
but it also comes in like a nice matte black finish as well. Basically take your choice on those, whatever fits into your surroundings, whatever takes your fancy. We've also got a temperature gauge on the side. Now this is important. The temperature gauge on this model is measuring the air temperature inside the oven. One of the things that we do need to know about is what the stone temperature is, and we can go into a little bit more detail on why that's important a little bit later. But we've also got the dual laser temperature guns as well, so we can actually measure what the temperature of the stone is. It also ships with the gas hose and the correct regulator for the really easily available patio gas. You know, the ones that clip on and off.
Yeah, I do. I mean, that's exactly what I use.
Exactly. 2 other very important pieces of equipment. We've got a launching peel and a turning peel. I actually really like this.
Okay.
This takes some practice, and I can't wait to see you use it.
Stiffo's kindly made us some dough balls. We've got to prep some ingredients now.
Yeah, I know, that's awesome as well, because we're also stocking the ingredients. So we've got the best Caputo flour.
The red pizza one.
Yeah, the red pizza
That's
one.
the one I've always used.
And also the San Marzino tomatoes, which are absolutely out of this world.
There's the Riga ones.
Yeah, of course.
Again, my favourite ingredients.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this one. Let's get making pizzas.
Right, time for some pizza. We've had a couple of practice runs
Yeah,
because
we have.
it's slightly different to my pizza oven. So
They're all different.
yeah, so
Like a brewing system.
this isn't going to be like a full-on instructional video. This is the only way to do it. This is kind of the way I've picked up to do it over the time that I've been kind of making pizza. So we got one of James's lovely dough balls that you kindly brought along.
And we can also go into the making of the dough in later videos as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's a whole skill on its own.
Well, this is James's lovely dough ball, and I've got it in like a semolina flour.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just going to push it out to the edges.
So the idea of that is that you're keeping an amount of air in what is going to be the crust.
Yeah, so we want it to be Neapolitan style.
Yeah.
We want it to be kind of airy and bubbles on the sides.
That's
and
hot.
You're getting a bit warm now.
Yeah. Right, so we're pushing the air to the edge to make a crust.
Yeah, and you know, we're trying to flatten it out as well. There are a number of videos out there on YouTube that show you, all kinds of techniques. Be that the kind of steering wheel one where you pick it up and you kind of let gravity help stretch it out.
And then the one you wang it around your hand.
And then you've got James who likes to fling it around in the air because he likes to be a bit of a showman. But what we're trying to do is just get it to the size that we want to be able to kind of put in the oven.
And keep it round.
And keep it round. And the number one trick for keeping it round, start off round.
Start off round.
If you put a square dough ball in, you're not going to get a round pizza. As you can see, it's holding out as well. He's proved this dough really nicely.
And that is really thin, isn't it?
The flour helps as well,
Yeah.
the quality of the flour. Right,
So tomatoes first.
tomatoes first.
So interestingly, that's just a tin of tomatoes.
So this, yeah,
400-gram tin of tomatoes.
and the way I like to break them up, I crush them by hand, because
Yeah.
that way you can feel it.
Yeah.
You're not using a stick blender, because if you
You don't want it smooth, do you?
no, you don't want it smooth, but if you blend the seeds, it becomes bitter.
Yeah.
So just a good spoonful, and we're going to start in the middle. I'm just going to spread it out. we want to leave the crust, because if you put it on the crust, it'll burn.
Yeah.
So we're just going to kind of gently spread it out.
The crust wants to be crispy.
We want the crust crispy and airy. So pecorino,
Yeah.
that's going on. And, you know, this is acting like a bit of a seasoning.
Where'd that wind come from?
It knew I was going straight for the pecorino. It's just blowing it all over the place. Mozzarella, good handful. This is the Fior di Latte that James got from our local Italian deli. You know, it's where James and I tend to go shopping for some of our fresh ingredients when we've got a bit of a pizza weekend going on. So now we're going to go, this is the bit where James and I are a bit divided. I quite like cooking the basil.
Yeah.
He likes to put it on fresh after. Neither is right or wrong.
So you've just come back from Naples, obviously the pizza mecca of Italy. How do they do it there?
Cooked on.
Cooked on.
I also brought back this lovely
That is smart, isn't it? I
oil
like that.
drizzler.
I like that a lot.
So this goes on. We're just going to go round and round. And we want to try and get each one of those leaves so that they kind of fry rather than just roast out.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, I'm just going to move this out of the way, the semolina.
Right, that's actually really important that we use semolina at this stage and not flour.
Yeah, because the flour would just get absorbed by the base.
And burn in the oven, and
Yeah.
burnt flour on that is not what we're after.
Rob, can you turn the oven off?
Yeah, this
before
is another important point.
Yeah, what we've learnt is this oven is really super hot.
Yeah.
We've got the stone to around about 350.
Yeah, in fact, I've got your natty little gun here.
If you want to just check that. So the stone is like 300, 350, you know, obviously colder towards the front.
Yeah.
So that, I think, is good for temperature.
What? Yeah, that's hot.
I want to get this in, I want to set it and start cooking the base without burning the top
Yeah.
or the edges. Okay, so we're going to get it on the peel, just give it another reset and a slight stretch out. Obviously the size of the pizza depends on the size of your dough ball.
What was the size of the dough ball?
James made 2 70-gram dough balls for this.
Okay.
Right, so we're going in and it's a kind of put it down, pull the peel back.
Yeah, go
action.
Nice and central in the oven.
Yeah, and not too far to the back, because when
Yeah.
we put that flame on in a bit, because we're going to leave it like that for about 60 seconds,
Yeah.
let it set, turn the flame back on and start cooking it.
And that's what we use the turning peel for. Now, when I was cooking pizzas, I never bothered with a turning peel. I would put the peel in and then just take it out, spin it on the peel, and then put it back in again. That worked for me.
If it works for you, it's perfectly
Yeah.
fine. I've got quite used to using a turning peel.
That
you
thing,
know?
that thing takes some practice.
It's great for kind of just lifting the edge. You want to just lift the edge and just kind of, if you've got anything kind of bubbling, it'll stop that, because you'll sometimes get air trapped underneath. Now at the moment, that is just rising beautiful towards the back
Yeah.
by the flame. That's where you're getting the rise first. And we're just watching that to make sure that doesn't burn.
Right, so I can see air bubbles coming up.
Yeah. So now I'm going to go for a 180-degree turn. You know, gently, just lift it forward. The trick is to kind of get what's cooked towards the front and
Yeah.
the bit that is least cooked towards the back.
Right, we're going to turn the heat back on.
Yep. And turn it down. We don't want it full flame. Just under halfway, I think. So now what we're going to do is we're going to melt the cheese, while the heat of the base is going to cause the rise and the cooking
Yeah.
of the base. When we can
Oh,
see
mate,
already
that's
here,
looking-
look at how nice and brown
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
on that side.
Yeah.
We're just trying to wait for that side to start getting a lift. Oh
Mate, you
God.
need to get in there, buddy.
I'm going to now go for a 90-degree turn on it and get the other sides done. You know, if you think it's too high, turn it down.
Yeah.
Just have to keep an eye on it, because it is literally just a few minutes and then you've got pizza. It's not like sitting around waiting for Domino's to turn up.
No. The other thing is that when I first started making pizzas in the pizza oven, I thought that, that whilst that's cooking, I'll be doing another couple, and then you've got, but actually there's not really time to do that. You're better off making them one by one, or certainly that's what I found.
Definitely, because the other thing is you'll find it'll start to stick to whatever it's touching. Right, so now that is pretty much done on the base. But what I want to do is I want to just get a bit more colour on the top.
Yeah,
So I'm
so
just
you-
going to lift it up a bit.
Yeah. And that, the heat bar at the back, the deflector where the flame is, that goes right across the very back.
Woo. Right, so I'm just going to finish this off, Rob. I
Yeah.
like a little bit of extra pecorino on mine.
Oh, I like seasoning.
Yeah, you can never have enough cheese in my book.
Yeah.
That's So that's going to go on there. And then I'm going to cut it. Now, obviously, if it was Stiffo, he'd be putting his basil on there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut it into 6. So there's a couple of slices each. I think if you and I get in first, Stiffo ends up with a couple of bits that are a little bit darker.
Oh man, that looks absolutely delicious.
There you go, Rob, get in.
Oh, beautiful, thank you.
How's that base looking?
Looks delicious.
Look at that, it's nice and brown underneath.
Yeah, yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Super fresh.
Oh man, that is so nice. So simple, but I mean, there's only a few ingredients on there, but that is just such a nice thing about pizza.
It's the quality of the ingredients that makes a massive difference. Quality of the flour, the tomatoes and the cheese.
And that time for that slow ferment of the dough as well makes a massive difference.
Come on, Stiffo. You've done all the hard work behind the camera and with the dough balls. Come and have some pizza.
Well, fellas, I'm really looking forward to diving into this. I've been behind the camera all day watching you two cook and eat. It looks fantastic. Martin, but it wouldn't be a day without pizza if we didn't have beer, obviously, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
And,
so cheers, first of all. But secondly, what are we drinking?
So it wouldn't be pizza without Sundialer from Verdant, taking us back to that beautiful experience we had walking around the brewery.
Yes.
And eating pizza.
Yeah, because they've got an amazing pizza oven in their tap room, right? All right, well, cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Certainly.
Mate, that's still tasting absolutely delicious. And you say that's been
on a couple of months now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That is delicious.
Very good indeed. Almost as delicious as that pizza is looking right there. I can't sit here much longer.
Yeah, this is Rob's rogue kind of let's go for a different method.
Well, I just didn't use a turning peel, that was all. I mean, I just find the turning peel, I've not practiced with it, so that would be a bit awkward for me to start off with. I need to get practice with it.
But there's no right or wrong. You can do it whichever way you feel comfortable. So, cheers.
That was that. So the basil, the olive oil that I put on there was olive oil, basil infused olive oil that I made last night. So literally 250 ml of olive oil, 2 whacking great big handfuls of basil, straight into a food processor, strain it through a sieve into a saucepan, heat it up to 60 degrees, pour it into a bottle.
Wow, okay.
It's so good. And it goes perfectly with that glorious glass of Sundialer, Martin. Thank you very much. And that salami. So we've got some really nice salami from the Italian deli as well, which you've sliced up, Martin, expertly. Slightly spicy. Oh, it's really tasty.
Really, really good pizza.
I think it's all about, as we said earlier, it's all about simple ingredients. Don't go too far with it. There's no need. It's just nice, simple, that Neapolitan-style, thin, crispy.
Quality ingredients, and managing your fermentation, managing your flame on the oven.
No, that's the thing. So I've been used to cooking on a much bigger wood-fired oven. So you just have to adjust your technique slightly on a smaller gas-powered oven. Like you say, flame management. Don't take your eye off the ball. It's the thing.
Yeah. Or try and film a video whilst you're cooking a pizza.
Yeah.
Things can happen very quickly, so you just need to keep your eye on the ball.
But over the process of like 5 or 6 pizzas that we've made today, we've kind of adjusted technique. It's not the way I would cook on my normal oven. It's probably not the same way you cook with your oven at home.
No, but how I would cook on my smaller oven is different to how you would cook on your bigger oven.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Every oven's slightly different. You just have to learn what works, and I think we've absolutely got it nailed. And I think actually, Rob, this is the best one of the day.
Yeah, well,
I think I agree with him as well.
Now, if you enjoy pizza as much as we do, especially when it's combined with an awesome beer, we'd love to hear about what your favourite pizza toppings are. So drop a comment below. Tell us about what you like on a pizza so that we can have a go making it.
And if there's other things you'd like to see us cooking, also put that in the comments below.
And it goes without saying, all of the products that we've used today are linked below.
If you've made it to the end of the video and you're not already a subscriber to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. You may have even found this because you're not a home brewer, but you're a pizza lover. If you want to learn how to make great tasting beer, subscribe to our channel. We'll guide you through it. All that remains to say is follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok, and have a great brew.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Or pizza.
Our pizza.